No. Oakley dokley. So let's get started. Oh, why are you guys down there? There we go. Can I make this a little bit bigger? Bigger. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. One of the most common sounds that we're going to be working with is a. And again, there's no voice included with this sound here. It is all air. So you're building up the air behind your tongue and you're letting it out, and your tongue is touching the top of your teeth. Tongue, touch, top, teeth. Tongue, touching, top, teeth. So what are some words with a letter T? What are some words with a letter T? We got T, and we got T. Do you know the difference between a T and a T? I am drinking tea right now.
No, tea is a drink.
That's right. Tea is a drink.
Tea, and another tea is another in the mouth. No?
So the other T is for golf.
Oh.
A T for golf. A golf tee.
T.
So the little thing that sticks into the ground that you're going to hit, that is a T.
T. T.
Okay. So that would be a golf tee. What are some other T words?
Tone.
Sorry. Oh, we've got a couple more coming in. There we go. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You said
Tone.
tone. Very nice. Or are you saying town?
Town. Town.
Town.
Yes. Yes.
The tone of voice. I want cookies. I would like a cookie, please. Same thing, different tone.
Tone.
Tone of voice.
Okay.
I want cookies. I would like a cookie, please. Different tone. And then town. Town. Awesome. What are some other T words?
Tell.
Tell. And the past tense of tell is told.
Oh, talk.
Sorry?
Talk.
Turk?
Talk. T. No, talk. T.
Oh, talk.
T.
Talk. That one, okay, there's no L sound in that one. That sounds like you're saying talk. 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 There's a lot of words that we have silent letters. And in that case, it's an L. So we don't say talk because there's something else called talk. Okay. But talk is something different. Talk is, there's Camila. Talk powder. Talk. Oh, I said it with a K instead of a C. Sorry, my mistake. Talc is a type of powder. It is, well, it's baby powder is what you use in there, but talcum is the short form. So if I'm going to say, I did a C, talcum. So talcum is, it's causing ovarian cancer, blah, 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 blah. Natural. So talc comes from a mineral. It is an actual mineral on the science periodic table. Talc is a powder, is a mineral that is ground up. So that is a different type of talc. So I'm gonna get rid of, I can't get rid of that. It's all part of the same thing, but that is incorrect and it is talc with a C. My spelling error, talc. What else?
Type.
Tiny.
Time,
Time.
Type.
type,
Tiny.
timing.
No, tiny.
Oh, tiny, tiny. Tiny, small, tiny. Yep.
Topic. Topic.
Topic.
Temperature.
Time.
Temperature.
Oh, sorry, there was two people at once. I didn't hear either of you. No way.
Time.
Towel.
Towel,
Oh,
Turtle. Turtle.
turtle. Yep, turtle. Toy. I think we've got the right idea. Oh, tight. I like it. Tight. That is a very tight squeeze. Careful
Excuse
pulling
me.
your car in there. That's a tight squeeze. There's not a lot of room to move.
Okay. It tight is the same to snuff.
Tight is, sorry, Danya?
Is the same to snuff? Or
Uh,
other synonym are for tight?
So tight. So if we go, where is, there we go. So tight. So it could be tight or stiff. It is a very tight or it's very, very stretched. It's stretched very tight. And if it goes any further, snap, it's gonna break. Watertight or airtight. So a spaceship is airtight. Nothing can get in or out because if it did, the pressure would change and kaboom, it would expand. Okay. It could be a tight situation. So it's a very hard situation to deal with. Ooh. Or it could be a tight time. We have a very, very tight schedule here. We don't have time to stop and play, children. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. So there's a lot of different meanings to the word tight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
No problem. I'll put that into here so you can see all the different aspects of tight. There's a lot of different words to tight. Beautiful. So let's practice the t sound. Todd,
Todd.
Todd.
tam,
Tam.
Tam.
tool,
Tool.
tick,
Tick.
tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock,
Tick.
the clock. Okay. Tell,
Tell.
today,
Today.
today, tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
together.
Together.
Fantastic. All together. We can do this all together. Okay, now finishing the word mat.
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 Sat,
Sat.
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 palette,
Palette.
palette. Very
Palette.
good. Musket,
Musket.
cat.
musket. Very good. Musket. Paint,
Paint.
paint. Rant,
Rant.
Rant.
rant. Do you know what a rant is?
What is rant?
Oh my goodness, can you believe it? I don't know what they're doing. What are they thinking? Oh my God. That is a rant. Okay, so it is somebody who is going, it's like,
Please stop.
exactly. So somebody who is ranting. Often we will say, it kind of goes with another word. We use it often, rant and rave. To rant and to rave. That is somebody who is known for going off and, yelling and getting very excited on a regular basis. They're ranting and raving again. Okay, great question, rant. And a spot.
Spot.
I love that word, spot.
Pot.
Or teapot.
Exactly. Teapot, spot. You know, this is an endangered species in Canada. It is a spotted turtle. A spotted turtle, spots. You know, Dalmatians have spots. Frogs have spots. Our dirty clothes on children have spots. Okay. Now, so the T is nice and easy. So we've said a lot of these already. So we're talking about digraphs and trigraphs. Again, a digraph, right, is 2 sounds. And a trigraph is 3 letters, right? Not 2 sounds, 3 letters. 2 letters make a sound. A trigraph means 3 letters make a sound. And again, di means 2, tri means 3. So looking at these words here, tan is a single. So we've got tan, T.
It's like an E and A. T.
T is, it just sounds like you're saying T, E-E.
Okay.
T. We don't say tia. But there are some names and things like that. Like my hand is not writing very well with the marker today. Okay, so this could be Ray, this could be Rhea, or this could be Ree. So it could be any of the 3. So that's a great question, Danny, that, you know, EA doesn't always mean E sound, but in this case for T, it does. So we've got tan, T, tick. What's this one? Train.
Train.
Train. Very good. And
Top.
up. And
Tie.
tight.
Guys.
And
Toe.
toe. Very
Toe.
good. We also have tripped.
Trip.
Tripped. Do you know what tripped means? So in Canada, it means a couple different things. So we have trip. Okay. So we're going on a family trip. We're going on a road trip. Okay. It could be a trip and fall. Oh no, slips, trips and falls. Okay. So slip, slip. Trip is you fall over something and you fall is a fall. So a trip and fall. I'm going to do ing. Tripping. Oh, nope, they're not showing me the right thing. Okay, let's do canoe. Canoe tripping. There. They're going canoe tripping. Camping. Camping is another way to say tripping. Or tripping is another way to say camping. So I'm going tripping this weekend. I'm not going tripping this weekend. I would love to go tripping this weekend. But so tripping is often going on a canoe trip or a hiking trip. Okay. So trip. And I tripped last weekend. So there we go. Who's coming in? There we go. Okay, so moving.
Can you
Yes.
repeat tight? Is with a T sound at the end. Tight.
Ah, okay, that is something different. Yes. That is your ed words. Those are your ed words. And I said we were going to get to them sooner or later. Ed sounds. So in the past tense or past participles, we have a lot of words like typed, as you said. So if I put in the word here, T-Y-P-E-D, typed. Okay. It is spelled E-D. But in English, we never, ever, 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 ever say ed at the end of a past tense word. That is one of the first clues to a native speaker that somebody doesn't speak the language.
Mhm.
So we never, ever, ever say ed. We will say id. We'll say id. We'll say duh, or we'll say t.
Mhm.
Applauded. Let me hear you. Applauded.
Applauded.
Started.
Started.
Now, not ed, not started. Started. Id. Not tongue is down. Big mouth. Started. There we go. Wanted.
Wanted.
Trusted.
Trusted.
Needed.
Needed.
Painted.
Painted.
Okay, and then the da. Not ed. Da. Called.
Cold.
Find.
Fine.
Cleaned.
Clean.
Enjoyed.
Enjoyed.
Loved.
Followed.
Loved. Followed.
Followed.
Loved.
Loved.
The most common sound is t. Fixed.
Fixed.
Typed.
Type.
Kicked.
Kicked.
Danced. Washed.
Washed.
Looked.
Looked.
Helped.
Helped.
Laughed. Watched.
Watched.
There you go. Okay. So with that, I will send you right now. This is a really good little. Okay. I will send you this in the chat and for you to go and double check and review it. And this is also really, really well done and well explained. There is a video, they break it down and they explain it a little bit more. Okay. So very, very nice way to break it down and just to help you practice. So great question about typed. Yep, there was a question.
Teacher, sorry, I have a problem with my internet.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Listen, watch video, but if you can't participate, Angelica, I understand. Thank you. Okay, Danny has her hand up.
Yes, my question is with the word TED, T-A-D.
Ted.
TED, like a movie with a bird.
So you're talking like T-E, okay. TED, T-E-D?
Yes, that's right.
So like the TED Talks? Like that, TED Talks?
Yes, because in that word, I can pronounce ed.
Yes, because it's somebody's name or it is a discussion. It is not past tense.
Got it. Thank you, teacher.
No problem at all. So TED, Theodore, TED is short for Theodore, but TED is okay to use because it's not past tense.
Worksheets, or to book an online class, visit learneasy.co.
There we go. Okay, so TED would be okay to use in that case because it is not a past tense. Awesome. Now we've got a bunch of the T's. Let's look at the fuzz. Okay. Again, there's no sound coming from our throat, but it's a pushing of air. Thank.
Thanks.
Thank.
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 Thing.
Thing.
Now this sounds a little bit different. This is not a th, this is a the.
Da.
The.
That.
So the first one is
Da. That.
pushing air. This one is a the.
The.
The. Dropping your tongue. The.
That.
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 So that, this,
That.
there,
That. This. There.
there. And it's a the.
Mira, es muy
Okay.
entretenido. Mira, escucha.
Okay. Throw.
Throw.
Throw. Careful. I'm going to throw this at you. Throw. Okay. Throw. Awesome. Very good. Any questions?
What is temper?
Oh, a temper. No, 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 no.
No.
That's a temper. Okay, but also that's a child's temper or temper tantrum. An adult showing temper. An adult showing temper is they are angry. They are red in the face. They're like, and their jaws doing this. You know, they are showing their temper. Temper means losing control. It is showing that you are angry. Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. So,
Teacher,
as yes,
and how I pronounce the word temperature? Temperature. I can.
that's a good one. That's a good temperature. 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 So the ra is important. Temperature. But we don't say, I would like to take your temperature now. It gets put into one. It is, I'd like to take your temperature. 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 What is the temperature today? Do you measure temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit? Temperature.
Celsius.
It depends in Canada. That is a funny thing. How Canadians measure things. So, how Canadians measure things. It's really funny. Let's see if I can make that nice and big. Okay. So, we use both Fahrenheit and Celsius. Are we using it for cooking? Are we cooking something in the oven? If we are cooking something in the oven, then it's Fahrenheit. If it's not cooked in the oven, then it's, well, is it water? This is pool, but it should be water. If it's the water temperature, the water is in Fahrenheit. So the water is 68 degrees, the water is 72 degrees, the water is 80 degrees. But if it's not the pool temperature, if it's air temperature, then it's Celsius. So if I'm going down to the beach today, it is a beautiful day. It is 10 degrees and 68. Let's go for a swim. And you're going, what is 10 and what is 68? Aren't you going to boil? Okay, so Canadians measure things differently. And I will send you this link because it is just fun. It is just fun to check out that link there. So how Canadians measure things. So temperature. Okay, so t or da. Now this goes back to accents. It depends on where you are and how they are said. Okay, so often with T words, sometimes they sound like a T and sometimes they sound like a da. Like the word letter. In Canada, in my region of Canada, we would say a letter. In many parts of the states, they will say a letter.
Letter.
Can you hear the difference between a letter and a letter? Okay, so both are technically correct, but it is the regional areas and how they say it, letter or letter. So I'll put that to white and we'll put that over there. Letter and letter. Okay, so time. Time.
Time.
Toad.
Told.
Today.
Today.
Topic.
Topic.
Take.
Take.
Talent.
Talent.
Trigger.
Trigger.
Carpet.
Carpet.
Magnet.
Magnet.
Sonnet.
Sonnet.
Hat.
Hat.
Caught.
Caught.
Silent.
Silent.
Pocket.
Pocket.
Fantastic. Any questions about any of the words? Fantastic. Okay, and again, you know, some sound like T's, some sound like D's, and a lot of people will get the two of them mixed up. But it is important to pronounce them a little bit different. T, da, D. So a da is using your voice. T is using air. Da.
Da.
Okay. So tell. Dwell.
Well.
Pot.
Pat.
Pod.
Pot.
Hat.
Pat.
Pad.
Pad.
Do you know what a pad is?
Pad.
A pad. Yes. Somebody said a mouse pad. I don't know who said that, but definitely a mouse pad. Yep. So a mouse pad is there. That's fantastic. So there is a pad, female hygiene pad. There is a pad for your mouse. There is, let's say a dog pad, you know, so there's a pad for your doggy to sleep on or to pee pee on. There is a, if you're coming to Canada, we have lots of these for the kids. They're great. A splash pad. Places for kids to go and splash and play. It's called a splash pad because it is flat and it's just spraying water everywhere. There's only just a little bit of water on the ground to splash. A splash pad. Okay, and pad is also slang for somebody's pad. It's just, whoops, that's not what I want. Come on. Okay, a pad. So it could be a penthouse, it could be a condo, it could be a crib. It's a pad. A pad is usually for, you know, like university age, single people, just a very small little time apartment. It's just very, very small. That would be a pad.
Oh,
Okay, rest.
Ritz.
Rest.
Ritz.
That's a tough one. Rest. S. There we go. Red.
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 Tin.
Tin.
Din.
Din.
Din. Very good. And tap.
Tap.
Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Dap.
Dap.
Now, dap, I don't really know what dap means. Let's go find out what dap means. Oh, it's dapped or dapper. Okay. It is to bait. It is not a very, very common word. So if you are fishing, that's what I want to, fishing. Let's see if I can find something with fishing. There. So he sends out the fishing line and he pulls it back and it goes bounce, bounce,
Yeah.
bounce, bounce. That is a dap. You're not going to use that word very often. Tool,
Tool.
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 So you use, you know, pens and paper and computers are tools for the office.
Tool.
Drool,
Tool.
drool,
Drool.
drool. Oh, I'm so hungry. I am drooling.
Troll.
Okay.
Drool.
Doggy
drool.
drool. Doggy drool. Oh, yummy. Oh, doggy drool.
Okay.
That's delicious. No. So drool.
Drool.
To take.
To take.
Take.
Take. Drake.
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 Tot.
Tot.
And dot.
Dot.
That's right. So a tot is a baby, a child, a small child. So the true T sounds in consonant clusters. So here we're again looking at the digraphs. So this is an LT. Melt.
Melt.
Pelt.
Help.
Help.
Malt.
Malt.
Molt.
Revolt.
Revolt.
Belt.
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 Consult.
Consult.
Salt.
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 Awesome. The ST is tough for your mouth. So keep practicing this one. Past.
Pass.
Fast.
Past.
Past.
Rest.
Rest.
The S should be longer. It sounds like you want to make it very, very long. Rest.
Right.
Rest.
That's right. And stock.
Stock.
Dog.
Still.
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 Stoked.
Stocked.
Missed.
Missed.
Straight.
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 Very good. And then the RT. Ert. Ert.
Heart.
Ert.
Hurt.
Part.
Heart.
Part. Heart.
Hurt.
Heart.
Start.
Start.
Heart.
Walmart.
Mart.
Mart. Now this one's a little bit different because it's an sound instead of an
What
R.
is that?
A mini skirt?
Yes. It's a tiny.
A mini skirt. Mini skirt.
Ah, okay.
Mini
It's
skirt.
a mini.
Tiny, tiny, tiny. Now, this would be considered, it is a mini skirt, but it's a professional mini skirt. I wouldn't really consider some of these like professional mini skirts, like they're just too short. But mini, like that one there, that's a mini skirt and I would not wear that to work for sure, or to school. You know, that's too short. That's too mini. So that's a mini skirt.
Okay.
Passport
Passport.
and art.
Art.
Fantastic. So there is debate and discussion about the double letters. Okay. There are sometimes with like the word attack, there are two T's in it. Okay. Sometimes, and especially in Canadian, you will hear both of them. Attack. Okay. Like little instead of little. So in American English, change that from white. Okay, so for example, in Canadian English, you will hear little. Okay, little. In American English, you will hear little. So that is something to kind of pay attention to and listen to your different teachers and recognize when you can hear the two or the single. Now, looking at the stressed syllable, we're looking at the first one, attack.
Attack.
Tag.
extort,
Extort.
detain,
Detain.
hesitate,
Hesitate.
sustain,
Sustain.
maintain.
Maintain.
Very good. And they all have the true T sound. They do not sound like a D at all. Okay. So, how are we doing? We're doing okay. So I will read the first one and then we'll get everybody to try the next ones. The jet flew past the tall and twiggy trees. Everybody.
The jet
Flew
past
flew past
tall
the
and
tall
twiggy trees.
trees.
Fantastic. Awesome. Okay. Danya, can you start us? Danya.
Okay. Today I will tag along with Tom to the toy store and then after for some tea and tasty treats.
Nicely done. And good then. You said very nice then. And do you know the difference between then and than? Then
With-
versus then. You got it correct. You said the right
Then.
one.
What is the other then?
Then and than.
Yeah.
Then is time. Then is comparison.
Oh yeah. When
Okay.
you use the for example shorter than.
Yes, it's shorter than, it's bigger than, it's oranger than, it's greener than, it's colder than, it's warmer than. Okay, but I'm just commenting, you said it nicely. You did a very good job with a then instead of than.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Noe. Oops, sorry. I meant to highlight that and there we go.
Okay. Tomorrow, Ted and Tammy will talk on the telephone about taking a trip to Toronto.
Very nice. The only one that you got caught you was taking a trip. So tomorrow you and I are talking about going to Toronto. Let's go. So taking a trip to Toronto. Okay. Lian.
Yes. I will start a new task tomorrow where I work at my apartment.
Very nice. Don't forget the apartment.
Apartment.
There's a T hidden in the middle there. Apartment. Fantastic. Louisa.
Tori taps out a sonnet on her trumpet.
Fantastic. Nicely done. So in a tap, now I don't know if you'd really be tapping out a sonnet. Tapping out is more like a jazz. You know, but a sonnet is not usually very tappy. A sonnet is usually very musical. But you get the point there. Okay, Camila.
The doctor tells his team to try better.
Ah, not the duh. You're sounding like an American there. The duh in the better. It's not better, it's better.
Better.
You've been listening to too many American TV shows. Better. That's a B sound. Better. Nicely done. I've taught Camila before, and we can joke and tease a little bit. It's okay. She knows I'm teasing her. So better. Awesome. Any questions?
Not yet.
Not yet. Fantastic. Okay. So now they're kind of showing us some of the American sounds in here too. Like we just talked about letter or letter. Both are correct. And better and better are both correct. Even though I just teased Camila for that. So both are sounding correct, and you can say the t or the duh. So let me hear you say letter with a T.
Letter.
And let me hear you say letter with a D. Letter.
Leather.
Letter.
Okay. Same thing with later. Again,
Later.
Canadians tend to say later and Americans tend to say later.
Okay.
Later.
Later, later.
Later.
Later, later.
Later.
Okay. Anatomy or anatomy.
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 That's right. So anatomy or anatomy. Both are correct. Skater or skater.
Skater.
Skater or skater. Matter or matter.
Matter.
Mother.
Exactly.
Mother.
Piloted or piloted.
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 Now there's one of my favorites. Okay. Potato,
Potato.
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 Okay, so there's another one here that I like to sing, especially when I'm teaching the kids. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna do it in red so it stands out. So potato, tomato. Okay. Potato, 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 tomato, 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 potato. Sorry. Tomato, 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 potato, 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 tomato, tomato. Which one is correct? I got that one all mixed up today. Which one's correct? Potato, potato, or tomato, tomato?
Tomato. Potato.
Is it tomato or tomato?
Tomato.
Tomato.
In
Tomato.
Canada, we say tomato.
Tomato.
In the UK, they say tomato. In Canada, we say potato. In the UK, they say potato. Okay. There's also what is that word there?
Tomato.
DATA. What is DATA?
Data.
Data.
Data or data?
Oh.
Data.
Both. Both are correct. What is that word?
Kilometer.
Kilometer.
Or kilometer?
Oh,
Okay.
Kilometer or kilometer? Both are correct.
Both.
There are a lot of words that, depending on where you live and what you're hearing, can have a hard or a soft A or O or whatever it happens to be. Tomato, tomato.
Mhm.
Potato, potato. Kilometer, kilometer. They are all correct. Okay. And they still mean the same thing. There's other times like present and present that the words sound completely different and they have a completely different meaning.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So let's go crazy, ladies. And I don't think we have any gentlemen today. We don't. It's just ladies. Okay. So ladies, pull out your pens and circle all the words that make the da sound. Just the da.
Water.
Can you circle them?
Water.
Can you annotate?
Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's wetter. That's different. That's not water. That's wetter. We'll go through and check it. So
Shit. No, sorry. Ladder. Maybe this.
Father.
uh-huh.
Heather.
Keep exploring, figure it out. We'll talk in a second about it.
Okay.
We'll check it out.
Socket.
Okay. So let's go through. And I will do it. We don't have a pink there. So mats. Socket. Latched. Lantern.
Lantern.
Heater.
Heater.
Maternity. Wallet.
Wallet.
Water.
Water.
You know what? I'm gonna do it in, let's color, how haven't you guys done? I'm gonna do it in a dark green and I'm gonna make it bigger. Just so that you guys can see the clarity. Okay, so water.
Water.
Booklet. Seater.
Sitter.
Mate.
Mate.
Pats.
Pat.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Tops.
Tops.
Ups.
Team.
Team.
Now again, letters or letters, both are correct.
Letter.
Pedal.
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 Pero.
Fatter.
Butter.
Wetter.
Butter.
Taken.
Chicken.
Pattern or pattern? You're correct.
Pattern.
Pattern or pattern. Post.
Post.
Sitter or sitter?
Sitter.
Sitter or sitter? Pocket.
Pocket.
Pallet.
Palette.
Pallet.
Trolley.
Trolley.
Trick.
Trick.
Table.
Table.
Toy.
Toy.
Visit.
Visit.
Market.
Market.
Potty.
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 Or potty.
Potty.
Potty or potty.
Potty.
Tool.
Tool.
Pants.
Pen.
Pets.
Attend.
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 Metal
Metal.
Metal.
or metal.
Metal.
Yeah.
Okay, so water, tomato, pattern, letters, petal, sitter, potty, metal are the ones that can have a D sound.
Metal.
Did you want a picture before we move on? Did you want a screenshot? So yes, Danya.
Excuse me, teacher. Heater, for example, it doesn't have D sound.
Heater. It is a heater.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, no, heater is not heater. You know what? And chances are somewhere you will hear heater. Yeah. With my Canadian ear, I've never heard heater. I hear heater.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but chances are you probably could hear heater somewhere, especially in the US. It is similar to like water. See, I don't say or hear water, it's water. Being a Canadian, being from my area in Canada, we say the T a lot more clear and a lot more with force than a lot of other places. Okay. Okay, here we go. Is it harder to toot or to tutor to toot? I can't even say that. Is it harder to toot or tutor to tutors to toot?
The harder to toot or tutor to tutor.
Is it harder to toot or to toot?
Now, the tutor with a capital T, and that the sentence doesn't make sense to me because capital T tutor is a brand name or okay, or it is the tutors. I am Henry VIII. I am. Okay, so the Tudors are the royal family that ended with Henry VIII, and he killed, he was, there he is there. So divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. He had 7 wives, and they all died other than him. Well, he killed than the last one. So that doesn't make sense to me. Oh, there's some funny noise somewhere. There we go. Okay, so the 22 train tore through the tunnel. The 22 train tore through the tunnel. Anyone want to try that?
The 22 train tore through the tunnel.
Nice. Anyone else want to try that? The 22 train tore through the tunnel.
Me.
No way.
The 222 train tore through the tunnel.
Nice. Anyone else want to try it? The 222 train tore through the tunnel.
The 222 train tore through the tunnel.
Okay, nicely done. And the tough one with that one is going from ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-tha through. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta through. Okay. 2 tiny tigers take taxis to town.
2 tiny tigers take taxis to town.
Nicely done, Louisa. So 2 tiny tigers take taxis to town. Okay, Leon, do you want to try?
2 tiny tigers take taxis to town.
Fantastic.
Two
Good job with the T's. Are there any questions with the T's? Any questions with the T's? Any questions with any of the others that we talked about today, like the ed sounds or anything else? Any clarification? No? Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for your great participation and sharing. It's a very big class, so I understand that it can be a little bit difficult to share and participate. So don't be afraid to jump in and share, and say the words. And if you have a question, if you want me to hear you specifically, don't be shy. Just put up your hand and say, can you clarify? Because I will definitely take the time and help you make sure you're saying it correctly. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Great work, everybody, today. See you
See
tomorrow.
you. See you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.